I hope everyone is doing great today. Welcome to my channel. Let's talk about it. So the Houston Rockets will be looking for their next head coach starting the 2020 season, and Mike D'Antoni has resigned. He did let the organization know, Tillman Fertitta and his team know today that him and his wife Laurel will not return to Houston next season. This was D'Antoni's last year on his contract. So in the off season, the Houston Rockets, they extended a contract extension to D'Antoni, but he did decline it because I think he was going to be sitting as a lame duck. Even if he took the extension, they were probably going to null and void, because if he does not win, what does it matter? So last night the Rockets did lose to the Los Angeles Lakers. They lost four games to one in game 5. The score was 119-96, and Harden and Westbrook couldn't get it together as usual. So William Rondo was ejected. This is Rajon Rondo's brother. He was heckling Westbrook in the stands, calling him trash, and then he was escorted by security out of the arena. So this is just deja vu what Westbrook has been going through in Utah in 2018, fans heckling him, but this time it's his brother. But I really didn't want to touch on that in this video. I wanted to keep it on D'Antoni. So Mike D'Antoni was with the organization from 2016, 4 seasons, and they made it to the Western Conference Finals in 2018, losing to Golden State Warriors, and they made it to conference semifinals 3 seasons out the 4. So Houston is a really good team, right? Constructed. When you think of the regular season, James Harden, MVP of the league. He's that caliber type of player, scoring champion numerous seasons, and this season as well too. So they have him, right? He is the talent, but the problem is when it comes to the playoffs, they just can't get it right. When I say that, they just can't win. They can't make the finals. They can't win the finals. They're right there, but they're not there. So Daryl Morey, he's big on analytics, but analytics cannot save this team. They traded away the big man that they had in Clint Capella, and it was a 4-team trade back in February to Atlanta because they wanted to go small ball. So they got Robert Covington in the trade as well. So they felt like, we get Robert Covington, we get Russell Westbrook, we're going to be not just a contender, we can go far in the playoffs, we can do some damage. But and I love what Russell Westbrook, he's one of the most exciting players in the NBA or we've ever seen, right? Triple-double machine, MVP player, he's that guy. But at the same time, I think it's not even about Westbrook. I put it on James Harden because, a great player as he is, I don't think he's clutch. I just don't think he's clutch, and it's showing. I know he's in his early 30s, and right now he's probably going to be in talks for a contract extension. But my thing is, I think they should tear it down and try to build it back up, because you're not winning with James Harden because you tried it already. You tried bringing in Russell Westbrook. You brought in CP3, Chris Paul, and see what happened with that. You've tried different things. I just think they're paying him a boatload of money, and I don't know. He's just not that guy. Would he be a number 2 to a player, to a 1? Yeah, I think so. He can be a Robin, but they put him as Batman. He's not a Batman. As good as he is, guys, and some of you guys might disagree, say Harden's a championship player. Prove it. Prove it to me. And I just think he's not that. Again, he's a hell of a talent, great player, but he's a number 2, not a number 1. He's not like the Shaq and Kobe. I think, because Shaq and Kobe was like 1A, 1B. I think he's number 2. And then you got to get a number 1. Who that number 1 is, I don't know. There's some fantastic players in the NBA. But I think you should tear that team down. So D'Antoni, again, he let the team know today that him and his wife, they love the community, what the organization has done for their family, and embracing them, and they've had some fond memories, but it's time to go. But let's be honest, if D'Antoni did not resign or let the team know he won't be returning next season, I think Tillman Fertitta, the owner of the Houston Rockets, was going to let him know his services weren't needed anymore. And I think Daryl Morey will probably be next out the door. We'll see. I'm not sure about the whole Daryl Morey thing, but I think he'll probably give him at least one more year to kind of show, like, I don't know if they're going to rebuild or what they're going to do, but I really, I think D'Antoni did the best he could. I mean, again, guys, he's an offensive player, and I know he brought some defensive minds coaching to help him out in Houston, but it's just not good enough because I think, sometimes you can have the talent, but they ran into Golden State, guys. Golden State was a juggernaut before the injuries to Klay Thompson and Steph Curry and those guys. Hell of a talent, but then you're putting them against the Los Angeles Lakers with Anthony Davis and LeBron James. Is like, let's be honest, guys, who's going to beat them? I've said this in past videos and I'll say it again. The Los Angeles Lakers are going to be the favorite to win this year's NBA title. Will they win? I don't know. We're trying to see who they're going to face in the next matchup in the Western Conference Finals, because right now the Nuggets and the Clippers will be going to a Game 7. The Nuggets forced a Game 7. Shout out to those guys. And we'll see what's going to happen. I think it's going to be Clippers, but again, I don't know. We'll see. But, right now, D'Antoni, with this statement coming out today, he'll be a candidate for other head coaching jobs. The job that they're throwing out there talking about right now is Philadelphia 76ers. I think that would be likely the job for him. Offensive mind, Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons, and those guys. I think that would be a great job for him. But again, I'm just talking right now. This is just all hearsay and what I think. But I think with Brett Brown, him being let go, and it's unfortunate. I didn't want to see Brett Brown fired because I don't think it was really his fault. I mean, with injuries, with Ben Simmons out the bubble when he got injured, and Joel Embiid, he's still trying to. When I say Joel Embiid is a beast, I think he's hell of a talent, but I think sometimes he's trying to figure it out with his mental side. So I think maybe D'Antoni can kind of help him out, not mentally, but I think on the floor offensively, because Joel Embiid is a very good offensive player when healthy. So D'Antoni he's a bye-bye, but again, he was going to probably be let go anyway, and he knew it. I think D'Antoni knew that if he doesn't win, when I say win, if he went to the finals, I think he would have stayed, even if he lost in the finals. But if he took the Houston Rockets to the finals, not the Western Conference Finals, the finals, and lost, and not a sweep, but something close, maybe lose 4 games to 2 or Game 7, I think he would have stayed. But again, you lose to the Lakers in the conference semifinals 4 games to 1. He knows that's just unacceptable. It's laughable. It's embarrassing, and the owner's not going to have that. The fans ain't going to have that either. So D'Antoni right now is 69 years old. So I want to see, what's his next move. I think he can probably have another good 2 years left in him, maybe 3. I don't know. I guess, years ago when you was in your 60s, that was it for you coaching. Now I think that might just be the standard to start out. I don't know. We got the president and the candidate Joe Biden, in the late 70s. So it's just showing you age is maybe just a number, maybe. So I say Sixers for D'Antoni, but I want to touch on a little more things before I get off this video. Is again, so with D'Antoni resigning and leaving, who's going to be the coach for Houston? I think that's something to see. Who's the next coach? Are they going to rebuild, or they're going to try to keep that nucleus together? Russell Westbrook and James Harden. Obviously, add a big man. They don't really have much, guys. They don't really have much assets, money. They got money tied up into Westbrook and to Harden. So my thing is, like, even free agency, like, what are they going to do? Who are you going to get? You're going to have to get off the cheap, or you're going to have to trade maybe Eric Gordon, This is if they don't want to rebuild. But if you want to tear it down and build up, I wouldn't be mad at that either, because this team constructed, they're a playoff team. We all know that. They're a playoff team, but they're just not a title contender. I think they were more of a title contender with CP3 because Chris Paul is a floor general, and when they had James Harden, him running point, and I just think that takes too much out of him because you want him to play defense, but you got him just before Chris Paul came to the team, as the point guard, the shooting guard, and the floor general and the leader. I think that could be too much on James Harden and most players at that, right? So when CP3 came in, when he was healthy, he really, orchestrated the offense, the leadership, on the floor, off the floor. I think that really helped the Rockets. And again, guys, if Chris Paul didn't get injured in the Western Conference Finals, it was likely that Golden State would have lost to the Houston Rockets. And we all can kind of say, I think so too. Chris Paul is really that lethal. He's that guy. But bringing Westbrook in, I didn't understand it too much because I'm like, yeah, he's exciting. He's a scoring machine, triple double, and that's all good and well. But does that really equate to titles? And it does not. We just seen it. They got damn near swept. So I want to know what you guys are thinking in the comment section about D'Antoni resigning and what's his next move. What do you think is going to be the next move for the Rockets? Right? Are they going to, bring the ship down, right? Or are they gonna, keep building on what they have, or are they gonna tear it down? I want to know. I think they're probably gonna tear it down. Again, I don't know. Well, let's see what the owner does. And Daryl Morey, again, we don't even know if he's gonna have a job. So I want to know what you guys are thinking on that. And keep the support going. Like the video, share it, comment, and subscribe to the channel below. And I will talk to you guys on the next video. Peace and love.